Live from the basement car park at Area 51 and broadcast worldwide in association with leading radio stations via the internet. It's the Elegant Universe. Oh my gosh, you're a lucky person. You've joined us on a very special show today, all the way from the USA. It's C J Fortuna. He's an actor, a writer, all kinds of other stuff. He'll be on the show with us today. We also have the full crew. She's beautiful, she's intelligent, she's Susie J.
Hi. I have a bunch of useless facts for everyone today.
Cool.
Something different.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Not.
Yeah, cool.
And also foreign objects that people have found in their food.
Oh, for a minute I thought you were going to say found in there. Yeah, because we all know those videos.
Do we?
Yep.
Yeah.
We do, but
Do you?
obviously
You do.
Yeah.
Never include us with your ideas, ever.
You've just heard the voice of the very four-eyed Haley.
Gosh, anytime that I wear my glasses here, I get teased about Peter wears glasses all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, he does too. I never noticed.
But then
And
when I take
Not
them off,
that I look.
And Shane, you can't even read your notes without your glasses, and
True.
you're always leaving them around the studio.
True.
I wear mine, and suddenly, it's
I
four-eyed Franklin. Oh,
have
gosh.
to admit, they do look good on you.
Thank you. Yeah, so today I have, maybe because I'm wearing my glasses, some very interesting scientific research.
Cool.
It's come out this year. And a disappearing lake.
A disappearing
Ooh,
lake. Ooh,
that's
a
different.
show full of mystery. Well, my co-host, a man who was a monster, but thanks to steroids, he's a freak. It's Peter.
the biggest mystery of all, aren't
Yes.
I? Welcome to the show, everyone. We've got a cool show today. We've even been mentioned on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah,
Fancy. As I do, I contemplate things, and this week I contemplated this question, so I'm going to throw it out to everyone.
All
Okay.
right. Bring it on.
Everyone, you ready?
Yes.
Given the choice of anyone in the world, so anyone, past, present, or future, so you could even choose somebody who's dead, whom would you want as a dinner guest?
Oh, no. Oh,
If you could
there's
have anyone.
So many.
Yeah.
Sylvia Plath, maybe. Maybe.
Who's
I don't
that?
even know who that is.
Who's that?
I'll keep it a secret then. And
That's-
maybe if
that's
there's
their,
people listening at home and they'll be like, ooh, Sylvia Plath.
Let me
And I'll
guess,
be like,
is
yes,
she an
we know.
author?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just by the name.
Yeah.
Sounds like an author name, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Are we
That's-
thinking
that's-
on this, or is this something
You could think of it.
right
no,
now?
you could.
Through
could
the
do it.
show, if you
Yes.
come up with better ones.
Yeah. See, I don't actually. You know how I ask these questions and you guys are like, oh, you thought about it, you set it up. No, I don't.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
actually think
sure.
about it.
Sure.
I just write the question and I go this way because I've written like 100 questions.
But where's your proof?
well, see,
where's
that's the
your
thing.
proof?
That's the thing. I could never prove it.
Yeah, but even
So-
knowing the question ahead of time is cheating.
Yeah, probably,
Yeah.
probably. But here is who I would have as a dinner guest.
Okay.
A Tyrannosaurus Rex, because I think
'Cause
it
you'd
would
be
just
dinner.
be so cool to actually
Hang on.
see one in the flesh.
Wait a minute. How's he going to eat the ice cream? He's got those little hands. He wouldn't be able to reach the
He'd
spoon.
get a bit upset at that, wouldn't he? Or like if you had a fictional character,
Ooh.
so like the Incredible Hulk or something like that, because that would be interesting.
Yeah.
That would be really, really cool. But I'm a weirdo like that, so
I'd have Professor Dumbledore if we could have fictional
Oh,
characters.
that is cool.
Yeah. Yep. See. Yeah.
Doctor
Now
Who.
I've answered better.
Doctor Who.
Doctor Who. Tell me all
Imagine
about the universe.
Dumbledore, Doctor Who, and a T-Rex at the dinner table.
Sounds like
talking.
the
Yeah.
beginning of a joke. So Dumbledore, T-Rex, and Doctor Who at the table.
That's good. Also on today's show, Frankie Hamster will be back. Don't forget, coming up soon, our very special guest, C J Fortuna, one of Melbourne's top comedians, star of TV, radio, stage, and all the rest of it. It's going to be a great show, so stay tuned for that. We'll be back after this. There is the bizarre, the unusual, the weird, and the wacky, and then, of course, there's the Elegant Universe. And one thing we really like on the Elegant Universe is science. Every week, something about science comes up. Susie.
Okay. Mine are useless facts. I think Kaylee's was science, but that's okay.
Oh, no,
I'm wearing
fact,
glasses today.
Fact, science, they kind of go together. So,
Okay.
And I bet you, without having heard them, I bet you there's some science in there somewhere.
Isn't there science
Probably.
everywhere?
You could be right.
I've been to a few places where there isn't. Like, no, I went to a church once where
Yeah.
there was no science, and they're like, 7 days, God, dinosaurs, humans together. And I'm like, this is not science.
Now, Shane, we're not a religion bashing, so
No, we're not. We're not.
Okay, so here's some useless facts to fill your head with and
Yes.
kill a few brain cells.
why not?
Okay?
Yep.
Okay, so did you know that US eggs would be illegal in British supermarkets because they're washed? But British eggs would be illegal in US supermarkets because they're not washed.
Wow.
There you
What?
go. Useless facts.
Useless.
Wait, so-
That is truly a useless.
I stand corrected. That was useless.
American eggs are washed and British eggs are unwashed.
Yeah, like you know how at some
But
of
they're
our
both-
supermarkets you
Yeah.
can actually no, probably not our supermarkets, but if you drive by one of those side roadside,
Yeah,
Right,
yeah,
they're not
yeah.
washed eggs,
Yeah.
but we'll eat them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because
Well,
you're
they're
not
eggs.
eating the shell.
No.
So what's the difference?
What's a not washed egg got?
What's a not washed egg? Just dirt.
Just dirt.
A chicken's bum things
of-
all
bit of
over it, I guess.
So there's a little bit of useless facts for you. So you
Yeah.
didn't know that, and
Yeah,
now you're
I-
thinking about it.
Thank you
Hayley.
Yeah.
so much.
Do I eat washed eggs or not?
Yeah.
Shakespeare is the only author with his own Dewey Decimal number, and
Huh?
it's 822.33.
Now,
Wow.
for those who don't know, Dewey Decimal is the library, the World Library cataloguing system.
Yes.
Yes.
And so when you go into it, it will have the section for literature, and
Yeah.
then it will have
A
different other
separate-
sections. But Shakespeare has his own.
I would have
section.
thought
Does he?
Stephen King would have had his own section
He's
as well.
written that many
No,
books.
because
Nah.
that's what thriller or something. Thriller,
Yeah.
like his novels.
But
are,
what's Shakespeare's thrillers?
no, but
Romance?
it's his own. He has his own
Wow.
Dewey Decimal.
I don't know if that's useless. I think that's actually quite interesting.
It is very interesting.
Well, when's the next time that you're going to use that, Shane?
The Dewey Decimal system, you'd be surprised.
Yeah,
I have to use it at school,
There you go.
or I just download everything. But anyway,
Okay,
yeah.
so here we go. In the Bible, God kills over 2 million people, but
Yeah.
Satan kills over 10 million.
10
What
million.
Oh,
It's got to be more than 10, right?
I don't remember there being that much death. I mean, there's some.
what? The Bible, from page 1 all the way through to the end page, there's nothing but death,
Brothers killing
destruction, rape.
How do we get back to
murder,
religion
killing.
again?
I don't know. Full circle.
I must admit, I never read the whole thing.
No,
Haven't
I
Oh, it's a
haven't.
big book.
It's one of the only books I've actually read.
I read my whole children's Bible when I was a kid, and I thought that was amazing. And I thought I'd read the whole Bible. And
Well,
it
see, they
wasn't.
take out all the bad bits in the children's Bible.
Yeah.
Because they don't want little kiddies thinking God's terrible. So, you know.
It blows my mind when people can quote psalm numbers and all of that from the Bible. I go,
Yeah.
really? You know
they're,
that?
they're trained. They're trained to do that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
did you know, this might blow your mind, Hayley,
Okay.
the stickers that supermarkets use on fruit
Yeah.
are completely edible?
I think I've heard
Even
that.
the glue is food grade.
I think I've heard
Really?
of that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not useless either because I've always peeled them off
I
and
know.
stuck them onto
I
things.
still
And
wouldn't want to eat them. Like,
Yeah,
they're not
yeah,
But
there's
you
a
know that you can
texture.
now.
there's a psychological barrier that says don't eat
Don't-
stuff with printing on it. But
Imagine, I wonder if it'd stay together and when you did a poo, it would come out with a
oh,
sticker on it.
yeah.
That's terrible.
But
Come on, you were
back
all
to the
thinking
Bible.
it.
Yeah, that would.
I was not thinking that. Don't
But,
lump me in
you
with your
know,
thoughts
when
either.
When I was working at a particular cafe, I was, you know how you make fresh juices?
Yeah.
And there was this one
Oh, no.
lady. No, the
Yeah.
sticker. I'd cut the apple in half, and there was still a sticker on one of the halves. And I went to put it in, and I put it in, and then I gave her the drink. She went, "That part of that had a sticker on it. I want a new one made."
Mhm.
I was like,
Ah.
what? Do
Well, now
see
you can
the
come
sticker in
back
the
like
juice?
it's
Yeah,
edible.
psychologically, she knew there was printing inside her drink. Okay. Give us another
Okay.
one.
Microgravity can cause severe flatulence.
What
See,
a
we're still
load
around
of-
that area.
Again, not a useless fact.
This is
Because the
fun.
next time I go into outer space,
Yeah.
hang on, how could you smell it?
How could you smell what?
The
In-
flatulence
yeah,
in
because-
space.
yeah.
Well,
In your spacesuit?
No, look,
sometimes they have
in
their
no
headpieces
in
off.
space, no one can hear you scream
No.
or fart.
Right, but
Well,
you'd still
even
be
if
able
they-
to smell it.
Yeah.
Even if they can't hear it, it's still happening.
Does that mean they're just always SBDs then?
SPD.
Silent but deadly.
Oh,
They
no.
Okay, here's one. This is quite
on.
interesting, actually. I found this interesting because I've been here. The Colosseum
Yeah.
in Rome was built with a retractable roof.
Wow.
Wow.
Isn't
That's
that
fancy.
interesting? From
Yeah,
back in that
that's-
time, especially.
That's ahead of its age,
that's
really.
a feat of engineering that's quite remarkable for the time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna rename this section. It is not none of these. Well, okay, the first couple were useless, but the rest of them have actually been very interesting.
Maybe I should call them interesting facts.
Interesting.
Or useless or interesting facts. You decide.
You just very good, excellent. It'll
And then
be
we
on
can
the
vote.
Facebook page at.
The Elegant Universe radio show. You have to put radio show or you get nothing.
Well, you do, but not
It's
us.
not
A friend of mine goes, "Oh, what show is yours?" And he's looking through his phone, and I go, "You got to put radio show." And he goes, "Oh, the Elegant Universe, you know, the one with the
Yeah.
guy who does all the string theory." And I go, "No, we're not that smart." But
What are
yeah,
you
he
talking
found
about?
it.
They were very interesting facts.
Yeah, they were. They were cool facts.
Yes.
If you've got any comments, questions, queries, or suggestions, go to the Elegant Universe radio show and tell us what you think.
We'll be back after this.
Because you know I'm all about that space. Yeah, it's pretty clear. I ain't commercial crew. But
Hey, this is Haley, your pseudo-psychic from the Elegant Universe. Make sure you tune in to 94.1 FM on Fridays from 4 to 6.
all the right places. I see Orion crew working that ship nonstop. You know we're going, as you know I'm all about that space. Yeah, it's pretty clear. I ain't commercial crew.
Welcome back to the Elegant Universe, your special corner of a very, very big place. In fact, the universe is so big that the word huge doesn't even begin to describe it, although it does describe this show. It's huge and getting bigger all the time. Thanks to the likes of C J Fortuna, who'll be on a little bit later on, as well as Frankie Hampson with conspiracy theories. I have it on good authority that C J Fortuna knows a thing or two about conspiracy theories as well.
Great.
Yes, and a show that he was in has won a Logie. He's a very important person, but not as important as Haley.
Aw, thank you, Shane. You've finally come to realise my significance in here.
You just don't know sarcasm, do you?
Oh, that's not very nice.
Bow.
Okay, well, I have a very
I
fascinating
think you're lovely,
story.
and that's all that's important.
Thank you. Is that still sarcasm? Or?
Yeah.
I just don't know anymore.
No.
Okay, so I have a very fascinating story about a lake that disappears.
Dump bumping on.
What do you mean it
Every
disappears?
single
How does
year.
a lake disappear?
I bet you it disappears
I-
during
Means
child
dry-
support days. You know, it just disappears.
In a lake,
During
disappear
child
would
support
mean
days, what does that
dry
even
up.
mean?
It has to pay child support on particular
Oh,
days, so it
okay.
vanishes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a
But
deadbeat
back
dad.
to the story.
Yeah. Okay. I'm wearing the glasses, so I'm going to give you the scientific answers here. So it is actually called Lost
Evaporation.
Lake.
Lost Lake.
Lost Lake.
Okay.
It is 0.34 square kilometers,
Mhm.
and it's in the mountains of Oregon.
Okay.
Right.
Every single summer, it completely dries up. It disappears and becomes a meadow.
Huh?
Right.
That's
Okay.
different, yeah.
And it's not because of drought or anything like that. It doesn't
There's a big hole
evaporate.
Yeah.
It goes through a hole.
Ah,
The hole is
which
actually
is closed some of the time, but only opens when it... Go on.
no. It's actually called
That
a
is
lava
disturbing.
tube.
Ah.
So what
So
happens
water's
is
coming
that
up, not down.
yeah,
Yes.
Lost
right.
Lake is on grounds which used to be affected by volcanoes
Okay.
all the time.
Yeah.
Lava tubes are basically these tunnels underneath the ground that are formed when the streaming lava
Mm.
dries at the top but keeps flowing underneath.
Yeah,
Okay.
like the ones they found on Mars.
Yep.
Yeah, and then that dried cap on top slowly erodes, and you
Yep.
end up with this rather large hole.
Okay.
They're not sure that there's one or two at least in this lake which manage to completely drain it every single summer.
Mm.
But during the winter months, there's enough water coming from all the streams to keep the lake full.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
And then the other interesting thing is that they're not sure where the water goes. It goes down these holes,
Okay.
but it doesn't come back up the holes. It comes down again through streams.
Ah.
Yeah, because it's been picked up by the Oregon Spring Water Bottling Company and shipped
Yeah.
around the world.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they suspect that it's seeping into the porous surface below, but
Of course
They are
it
not
is. Where else?
sure.
What else would it be doing?
Surely
Who
scientifically
knows?
these days they can figure that out.
They can
Surely.
figure it
Yeah,
out.
Well, if-
what they would do is they'd dye some of the water and then track where
The
dye
dye
goes.
goes.
Because they did a similar thing in Mexico where they have these round sinkholes.
Yep.
And the water goes down, and they said, oh, there's Aztec treasure buried in there and all that. So what they did was they injected dye into the
water.
into the holes,
Yeah.
into the water in the holes, and lo and behold, the dye appeared like 12 kilometres out in the middle of the ocean. So there were
Right.
obviously these big tunnels running, all under Mexico. And
So I should be able to find where the water goes from my shower every time I do my hair.
Yeah?
yeah,
Yeah?
Yeah.
Every time you do your hair,
Every time I dye my hair.
every time you
Right.
dye your hair,
Which is
right.
nearly every time.
So
I
I
do my
have a
hair.
question then.
Yeah,
Now
okay.
you just mentioned sinkholes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So these seem to have been brought to our attention recently. Like
Yeah.
I really haven't heard about sinkholes apart from the last maybe couple of years,
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah.
20
but
minutes. yeah.
prominently in the last year or so. But were sinkholes actually happen? Have they been happening for years and that's
Yeah.
just never been
Yeah.
reported?
Yeah.
Because they seem to be everywhere and happening all over the world now.
I
It's
think
just a
they're-
coincidence. It's
Really?
like when you see 1-1 and 2-2 on your clock in the morning. You're hearing about it now, but yeah, they've always been around.
There were
Okay.
a whole heap of sinkholes in the one area last year, and I can't remember exactly where it was. In I don't know, Siberia, I think maybe.
The round holes that opened up?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that was last year in
not aliens?
Russia. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sure it's
Could
not
be.
aliens?
I'm pretty positive
Could be
it's
aliens.
not
That are
aliens.
coming. Remember that are messing with our weather and
Ah,
trying
there we
to
go.
change it.
Today,
Reclimatizing.
today, believe it or not, some new photographs from Roswell got released.
Yes.
What about
Ooh.
what?
About aliens.
Aliens. They now.
Like the autopsy.
Yeah, but
footage.
these are little bodies in a warehouse somewhere, which I think instantly I'm going fake.
Right.
But these experts have come out and gone, they're not fakes, they're not mummies, they're not mammalian, they're not this, they're not that, they must be aliens.
Alien in origin.
Are they saying they've just found them, or they've had them for years, but they're
They've
only
had
just
them for
letting us
years,
know?
but
just
they've
been
just
released.
proven,
Ah.
or they've just come up with enough evidence to be able to release them now.
And you don't believe them?
I don't believe a
So
minute
who's
of it.
actually released the photos? Is it like some official government agency,
No,
or is
no,
it some
no,
weird
no,
creepy
no,
people?
no,
Someone
no,
that
no.
snuck in.
It was a UFO research group, which is always sus.
Yes.
Always
Okay.
sus.
What do you think?
Yeah, go to the Facebook page at
The Elegant Universe Radio Show.
and get in contact with us. Tell us what you think about
Yep.
sinkholes, aliens, dinosaurs, and weird facts. Coming up very soon, our special guest, C J Fortuna, is on the show. Looking forward to that. Also, Frankie, stay tuned. You're listening to the Elegant Universe.
Confucius say, man with tool in woman's mouth, not necessarily dentist.
Good morning, good evening, wherever you may happen to be in this big, wide, wonderful world of ours. For example, if you're listening in England, chances are you've just woken up. Welcome to the Elegant Universe. It's 7 a.m. where you are and late afternoon here. Let's go to some more interesting facts.
Interesting facts. Okay, so if I said the Huns, what would you say?
Mongols.
Mongols?
Mongolians,
Shane?
Huns, a marauding tribe who took over and crushed the Romans twice.
Okay.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
I don't know anything.
good. I didn't either until I read this. But
Okay.
anyway, and actually, I still don't know. The Huns had no writing systems.
Okay.
So all accounts of them were written by their enemies, who all described the Huns as monstrous in appearance, speech, and behaviour. Does that sound right to you two?
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay. So the poor things couldn't even stand up for themselves. That's all I'm saying.
Well, they had no writing system. Yes.
Right. I think that is that a joke between you? See, I don't get it because I don't really get know who the
Nerdgasm
Huns are.
going down now.
Okay.
It just
now-
sounds like those middle-aged women who wear too much perfume and they call everyone hun.
Oh, no.
Hey, Hans.
Yeah.
Hi,
No, it does.
hon.
Hi, hon. Yeah.
Okay, now because you guys are video game freaks, or I don't know
Those
if you
two.
are, Shane. Yeah, these
Yeah.
two.
I designed them, but I don't play them.
Okay, do you know
Bloody
what
hell.
the very first video game was ever called?
Pong.
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 No,
Oh, okay.
Wasn't it like Asteroid or something like that?
no. One more guess.
I feel like I'll know when you say, but I'm not. I can't guess it. I'm sorry.
Tennis.
Tennis for two.
Tennis for
well
two, there you
done.
go.
And it was created in 1958.
Wow.
Yep.
That seems a long time ago because it felt like Atari only came out in the 70s or 80s.
Yeah.
didn't
Shane
it?
was in his 30s
Yeah,
then.
it does sound like a long time ago, doesn't it, Shane?
Before you split
okay,
your side,
it's on.
I'll go
it's
on.
on. It's on.
Okay. April 11th, 1954 is considered the most boring day in history because nothing significant happened.
Shane, do you
Hayley,
remember that
if you,
too?
If you do that
No, I
this
was
day
busy
in
that
history,
day.
don't do that day.
I was
Yeah.
busy.
Okay. After Ozzy Osbourne left the Black Sabbath, any guesses who auditioned to be the lead?
I should know this one, but I...
No.
Justin Bieber. That'd be hilarious.
Someone along the lines, probably just as bad, Michael Bolton.
Oh,
Really?
no.
Yeah, that would have gone down like a house full of
Could
crap.
you imagine? Okay, in 1946, Adventures of Superman radio show
Yeah.
revealed the secret codes and rituals of the KKK, making it a laughingstock and drying up Klan recruitment almost overnight.
Wow.
That is interesting.
Do you
That's cool.
That is not a useless fact at all.
Do you remember that as well, Shane?
No. Believe it or not, I do actually have every episode of that series, though.
Oh, right.
On OTR, Old Time Radio. It's like you can get the digital
Yeah.
things of it now, and I often listen to it. So, yeah.
Okay, this one I found funny, very interesting. Rembrandt's students used to prank him by painting fake coins on the ground just to
Oh
watch
my
him try and pick
God.
them up.
That's so funny.
that
That's
funny? Could you imagine?
brilliant.
I wonder
Yes.
how we could prank Shane like that.
I can't see the ground, so, yeah.
Okay. Since they were required to notify suspects before they were arrested, everyone expected the Spanish Inquisition.
I get it. It's a Python reference. No
Yeah.
one expects the Spanish Inquisition. Let
Okay.
me say that again. No one expects. Yeah, it's a Python reference.
So the melody of the American national anthem is actually the melody of an old English drinking song.
Really?
Yes.
I
I
know
didn't
that
know
one.
that.
So
Yep.
it's called the old English drinking song is called the Anacreontic song, and it was made for a society, men's social club.
Okay.
And then the Americans actually knew the song,
Right.
and then they wrote
Changed the
their
words.
words.
Cool.
Isn't that interesting?
And made it their
It's not
anthem.
so
Does anyone
American,
even
is it?
does anyone here know the words to the American national
Oh,
anthem?
something. Can't
I'll say,
you
can't we see?
That's about it.
Oh,
By the dawn,
How'd you see?
early light.
Okay, this one.
I know it. I know a little
No,
bit
it's
of it.
about eagles and flags or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's later.
Yeah.
And then just hand on the heart. Okay, I really like this one, even if this is the last one before we go into another story. And then there's some more later if we have time. But there was an Atari game named Custer's Revenge. Do you know this?
I have come across this. Yes,
Do
go
you know
on.
what it is about?
Isn't there an Indian girl tied to a tree or a cactus?
Yes. So
and you've got a
the goal of this game, thank gosh it was abolished.
Yeah.
The goal was to avoid arrows while trying to rape an Indian woman tied to a pole.
What?
And this was a game.
And it was a game.
Yes.
Who made that?
Atari.
How did it get-
Atari. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah, I
my
wonder how long
God.
that
Blame
lasted,
Atari
actually.
for poisoning the minds of our youth. Speaking of the minds of youth, Hayley.
Yes, well, even better segue. Speaking of video games,
Yes.
I have some recent research that, Peter, you might be interested to hear.
Go
Is
on.
this about how your brain rots if you play video games,
Oh, I
Peter?
hate that
All
argument.
day.
Actually, it's a recent study that suggests playing video games can improve your brain.
What a load of...
See?
Yeah,
I said it.
obviously they didn't research Peter when they were doing that.
Might improve your brain, but it's killing your physical well-being.
Yes. Well, I'm wearing the glasses today, so
Yes.
I'll give you the
Carry
facts. Or kind of research facts.
Haley Factor.
Okay, so it may improve some cognitive functions, such as quick decisions, thinking fluidly, and avoiding distractions. Basically,
get
the
that.
skills that you require in the game. It makes
Right,
sense, really.
yeah,
You're
that makes
using those
sense,
skills.
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
However,
So there was a study done in which participants were required to do a cognitive task in which they had to hold information in their memory whilst making completely different rapid decisions.
Right.
Hardcore gamers performed much better than non-gamers.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
suggesting that, gaming helps your brain.
Suggesting.
However,
However.
the problem
Allegedly.
with the study, allegedly, is that they had nobody between hardcore gamers and non-gamers. No casual gamers, no people with
No
lives
control
and
groups,
video games.
Right.
And so they believe that the number of hours you spend playing video games doesn't really correlate. If you play 1 hour or play 10 hours, it's not going to improve you that much more.
Of course it wouldn't.
And also the study suggests that hardcore gamers may respond quicker, but they're also less accurate.
Yeah.
See, I can remember when I first started.
Why am I saying yeah? That's
Yeah! Less
I can
accurate.
remember
See, quick but not accurate.
Proof's in the pudding.
I remember when I first started playing video games, they were pretty primitive back then. It was.
Yeah.
Is
there
this
was
in the Dark
one-
Ages?
Yeah, almost. I remember one in particular I liked was, I think it was called Dungeon Master, and it was just row after row of like stone walls, and you had to find your way out of the thing.
Okay.
And no matter what happened, I thought to myself, like, I'll turn left,
Yep.
and then I'll go down here and I'll turn left, and I'll go down here and turn left. And I ended up at a blank wall. So I make my way back to the beginning, and I thought, okay, I'll turn left, I'll go down here, I'll turn left, and end up at the blank wall again. And I kept repeating.
Why would you do that?
I don't know. I don't. To this day, I cannot. It's something I wouldn't do in a normal part of my life. But in video games, I kept repeating the same mistakes over
You
and
know
over.
the definition of crazy is doing the same thing over and over and
Yeah,
expecting a different
I am
result.
aware of this.
That's why
Yes.
we keep coming back every Friday.
Yeah. And it's why you, dear listener, keep coming back every Friday as well, because like us, you're crazy. And after the break, a really crazy guy, C J Fortuna's on the show, being interviewed by the lovely Susie, as usual. Stand by for that and stay tuned. We'll be back.
Welcome back to 94.1 FM. This is The Elegant Universe. Susie J.
And we would love to welcome to our show our very special guest, actor, comedian, writer, and I believe you also play a guitar. I've seen some
who said that?
photos. I've seen some photos.
Yeah, that's just me pretending to
Oh,
play the guitar.
pretending.
I do know 2 chords, and I've known them for about 20 years.
Which
And
chords?
as far as I don't even know.
I know what they are.
I just pluck away, and I'm a wordsman,
A
Okay.
wordsman.
a wordsmith,
A wordsmith.
a word dude. I'm not actually a good word dude right now, as I
Yeah,
speak.
right.
But, with the 2 chords, what do they say? They say all you need to write a song is 3 chords and the truth.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Right, but I just two chords and a little bit
and a
of
whole lot of.
tolerance.
And we are laughing with this afternoon, CJ Fortuna. Welcome. Welcome.
Yeah, we're clapping.
Yeah.
Help yourself. Go
You,
on.
Haley, you're not
Oh,
clapping.
I was
She's got
going
glasses
like,
on today.
woo!
Oh, you're the wooer.
She was
Yeah.
clapping with a voice.
Good
Yeah.
to have a wooer, isn't it? We all need a wooer,
Yeah.
especially in the bedroom. Oh God, I don't want to go over the line here.
No.
I've opened the gates and I've gone for a run.
I don't
You've gone
think there is
straight
a
there,
line on this
straight
show
there.
to
No,
tell
there
you the
isn't one.
truth.
There's no line. There's no
No.
line. So CJ, tell us
Yes,
a bit
Susie
about
J.
yourself. Do you
What's the J
reside?
stand for?
It stands for Joan.
Oh, because I'm
My
CJ, you're Susie J.
Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
not
Yeah.
Joan.
What's your J?
It's Christopher James, actually.
Christopher
Mr.
James.
Christopher James.
Yeah,
Jimmy?
while we're
Jimbo?
on this topic, I'm technically Haley J. My middle name's Jade.
Can we?
They,
Oh,
We're
JJJ.
HJ,
Yeah, there we go.
SJ,
And Pete, are you a
CJ.
PJ or are you just
No.
Big Pete?
G.
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 Yeah, PG.
PG.
Wow.
Imagine-
Parental guide.
You
Yeah,
are-
having to deal with that
Yeah.
at school.
You are never PG.
I know. I know,
Ever.
but at school it was so annoying.
Were you have a you I'll just bring it down here, but were you
Yeah.
traumatized at school? Was it
Probably,
quite
yeah.
difficult for you?
Probably. That's why I
Primary or
work
secondary?
on. That's why I work here.
Which was worse, primary or secondary school?
What
It's
was
tough,
worse?
it's tough.
For me,
Yeah.
secondary.
No, I was an
secondary.
absolute legend in primary school,
Yeah, you were
and
the king of the
and
castle.
almost all of high school until the last bit.
At what
very
point
last
did you
bit.
reach the height that you are? Were you this were you this tall in primary school?
I was the second shortest in the school
in primary.
for a long, long time.
Okay.
And then when I hit about 15, all of a sudden, I was bigger than everyone. I was like, okay.
And everyone called you PG, did they? No.
Well, yeah. Pretty much.
Do you have traumatic experiences of school?
Yeah, I guess I've got. Yeah, I do. But
Yeah?
I think I also did some traumatizing.
You were the bully.
Bullied and bullied.
Oh, yes, that's
Right.
right.
Bully and bullied, yeah.
I,
Which
mean,
came
I grew up in
first?
Warrnambool.
Oh, yeah.
In the country town
Yeah,
back in
yeah.
the late 70s, early
Yeah.
80s.
Yep.
Things were different back then.
Yes.
I mean, these days it's all good. You can buy a latte and stuff in
Yeah, I know.
Warrnambool now.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Do they have soy milk?
Yeah, they do. Hey.
Wow.
No. It's a long time ago. We're talking back in the day where they didn't have soy milk
No.
or lattes.
No.
You had to play football.
Yeah.
Right.
Or
hated
be
that.
good at mathematics.
Yep.
Okay.
But if you were into the Warrnambool
If
Theatre
you were a
Company,
wordsmith,
Yeah.
or if you were a wordsman,
wordsmith.
or if you enjoyed singing,
Yeah.
or you wanted to, you were in Holiday Actors, which was the youth theatre company. in
Oh, there you
Warrnambool.
go.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
You-
Or if you could play 2 chords on the guitar.
Exactly. Well, that
And not
kind of-
3.
I couldn't play them back then. That might have helped. But no, and you went to an all boys school,
Oh.
and you did all of that. You were called a joy boy.
Oh.
Joy boy.
Boy.
I've never heard that
It hurts.
expression
It
before.
hurts. Well, I know it's and not just the kids. The teachers would call you a joy boy too.
Ah.
Ooh.
You
That's a
know.
bit rough.
It was rough. It wasn't easy. But it only made me stronger. I remember after I was in Pirates of Penzance when I was in year 8.
Yeah.
There you are.
Yeah, I was a pirate.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
yeah.
I was a pirate. Yeah.
Yeah.
But after school, I had rehearsals. But my mates are like, my mates, by the way, are like, come on, let's go, and, smoke some cigarettes.
And make someone go, woohoo!
No, let's go.
Yep.
What are you doing? Let's go and smoke some cigarettes. Or
Yeah.
something. I'm like, I can't. I've got rehearsals. They're like, what? What for? For Pirates of Penzance. I'm a pirate.
Yeah.
And they're like, what? You going to Puff Club?
Yeah.
That's what they call
Yeah,
Puff
I
Club.
hated that.
If you're a joy
Wow.
boy, that's what you were. You
Yeah,
go
yeah.
to Puff Club.
Yeah.
Rehearsals. I'm like, I got teased by my mates because I was in Pirates of Penzance. But,
Yeah.
so I went to rehearsals and I'm, pour the pirate sherry. fill the
You
pirate
still remember it all.
Of course
Wow.
I do. Of course I
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
I still remember my songs from even my grade 5 musical.
Yeah?
Yeah. In my
Yeah, they never leave you. They never leave you.
Oh,
But I went up
no.
to the director and
Yeah.
I said, because of me mates teasing me and calling me a joy boy and all that, I quit. I
Oh.
said I come and
No.
it's been 2 weeks to go until the show was up. And they need all the pirates they can get.
Yeah.
But I said I quit and I left and I was a
Yeah.
bit down. And my dad had a business in town, antique
Yeah.
shop, Fortuna's Forum.
Okay.
And I go there and there he is, and I walk in and he's like, "Hello, what are you doing here? Aren't you supposed to be at Puff Club?"
Oh, no. So no one made
So
it easy
supportive.
for
He was,
you.
no, he was good though. He was good because he didn't actually really say that. But why are you at rehearsals? I said I quit, and he's like, "What? You love that sort of stuff?
Yeah.
You're right into that. Why you quit?" I go, "Because my mates are calling me a poofter and a joy boy, and they're teasing me, and I don't like it. I've had enough. I'm out of there."
Yeah.
And my father never swore, and he never. There's no swear. It was the
Yeah.
first time I heard him swear, and he looked
Yeah.
at me and he looked at me and he goes, "You tell your mates to get."
Yep.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, I've been doing that ever since. I've just been telling people to
Look where you are now.
Yeah, yeah.
do
Exactly.
what I want.
Yeah.
It was actually a pinnacle moment of my father really,
That's good.
really saying,
Yeah.
like looking me in the
Yeah.
eyes and saying that,
Yeah.
made me think, wow, yeah, why can't I do my own thing? It's
Yeah.
water off a duck's back.
So, like you
now.
said, you did get stronger for the experience.
I went back and I was the best pirate I could be.
I
Pete.
bet you were.
Yeah.
You know?
I got to play Dracula. I was never in musicals because I hated musicals, but I got to be Dracula.
That would have been fun.
That was
Dracula.
fantastic.
Yeah, you would have got all the chicks.
Yeah, well, I was a bit maniac-ish. I was even the Easter Bilby at one point.
I don't even know what that is.
The
Yeah.
Easter
Because
Bilby.
I'm from the Northern Territory, so I know country towns really, really well. Probably 2 country towns.
Do they have
And-
lattes and soy
No.
milk in Northern Territory
No.
yet?
Probably not.
No.
Probably.
No, they don't even get the movies until about a year later.
Wow.
Anyway, they tried to get rid of the Easter Bunny by introducing the Easter
the
Bilby, the
Bilby.
Australian-friendly
Yes.
Easter Bunny.
Oh,
Yes.
right. The
And
Bilby.
I had to
Right.
get in this really boiling hot costume and get chocolates thrown at me. It was fantastic.
Do you know, I
So much
just
fun.
found out that it's illegal to have a pet rabbit in Queensland
Why?
Is it?
because they're pests.
Oh,
Ah.
Because of,
Ah.
it's fine to shoot them, but it's illegal to keep them as a pet.
Yeah.
And so my friend grew up in Queensland, and
Yeah.
she had a close friend who had a pet rabbit,
Yeah.
but they referred to it as her illegal pet. Like she's
Ah.
some kind of like dragon or lion under her bed, but it's just a
Yeah,
rabbit.
they had to get permission and stuff. It's good eating too.
Yeah.
If you don't
Yep.
want to, if you want to just keep
Yeah.
just say to them, "Oh yeah, no, we're eating that."
Yeah. That's dinner. What are you
We're
talking
just getting
about?
fat. We're just fattening it up.
Yeah.
You just keep it for a couple of years, give it a name, get attached,
Yep.
Yeah.
and just tell the authorities that you're eating the bloody thing at some stage.
And every time they check, it's a
Possibly
different
during-
rabbit.
over Easter.
Yeah. Every time they check, you go, no.
That's
And they
another
go, what
one.
about that patch? That patch was there last time. You go, no, different rabbit.
that's right.
It's its grandson.
There's always a
Yeah.
way, isn't there? You know.
Anyway, what do you think about our special guest? Go to the Elegant Universe Radio Show page on Facebook and give us your comments, questions, queries, and suggestions. We'll be back.
And welcome back to 94.1 FM. You have joined myself and the team and our special guest, CJ Fortuna. Welcome back.
Thank you very much.
We've
Appreciate
just
that.
learnt that you were actually born here in Box Hill.
We're here in Box Hill now, and I was
Yeah.
born here back in 1971.
In this
Wow.
very studio.
Well,
Possibly.
but I feel like I've come full circle, so you never know. No, born of a twin as well.
Oh, right.
Yes,
Wow.
yes,
Boy
yes.
or girl? Twin, not you.
No, yeah, I'm a boy.
You're a boy?
He is also
Okay,
a
right.
boy, but
Who
we're not
was
identical.
first?
I was first, and Mum then relaxed with a book for about half an hour. Either that or she
Yeah.
kept trying, and half an hour the difference. It was
Okay.
pretty unusual.
Yeah.
And-
Yeah.
But he took up most of the.
Space in there.
Yeah, he's
Hmm?
bigger than me. He
Yeah,
always has
right.
been, and I got more the creative vibe, and he got more the academic. So
Okay.
he's an accountant, and I'm on radio in Box Hill.
So you're clearly the more successful one.
Well,
Yes.
it's all-
Clearly.
success is whoever thinks what it's like, the eyes and the beauty, the thing, whatever.
I
So,
could just
yeah.
imagine the family get-togethers. You're like, oh, so what are you doing? And you go, oh, yeah, accounting. Oh, yeah, I was just in a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, just this little thing. You
Yeah,
know?
I think he resents me. Yeah. No, they're very supportive. I'm not there.
Yeah.
I've got another brother,
Oh.
a younger brother, and I've got 4 sisters. So, and,
Oh,
How many
all
wow.
the family's they're all accountants and all very supportive.
So there's 7 kids?
7 kids. Yeah,
I've got 7 kids.
You've got 7 kids.
Yeah, for
And they
real.
called you PG. You're rated M, my friend.
I know. And they're young, all under 9. 6
Wow.
girls, 1 boy, and the boy's
Wow.
the youngest. So you can imagine every girlfriend he ever gets from this point on is going to be like never good enough.
Yeah.
Never
Although
gonna
I'm
be
hoping
possibly.
he's not getting girlfriends yet. He's
No.
only not even
From
a
here
year.
on.
No, well, hopefully not.
No, with that many sisters, he'll know how to treat.
Yeah.
a
Exactly.
woman.
Well,
They'll
you'd
keep
hope
him
so,
in
wouldn't
line.
you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll teach him a thing or two.
Yeah.
That's right.
Sure of it.
Yeah.
And so you were born in Box Hill, but then when did you move out to Warrnambool? Like,
Oh, well,
did you have...
yeah, the family moved when I was 5 years old.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so then I continued grade prep at East Warrnambool Primary School.
Yep.
So and then I came back to Melbourne when I was 21
Okay. So
Yeah.
and started doing stand-up comedy
Ah.
naively,
Naively.
ignorantly.
when did you start that then? Like, what made you go into stand-up?
Well, before I've always wanted to be an actor, and so that's I did.
Yep,
The Pirates.
Pirates.
Okay,
Dance,
yeah,
got
yeah,
involved
yeah,
in,
yeah.
I did, bloody Half a Sixpence, South Pacific,
Yes.
Oklahoma,
Yeah, yeah.
just to name a few. Oklahoma, when the
Yeah.
wind comes.
Oh,
with
no.
everyone.
Play.
There we go.
Ring,
The
ring,
wave
ring.
up. And year 12,
Yeah.
I left and I
Yeah.
left after the first term and went and worked at Safeway as a trolley boy when I was 17 for. This is the sad bit in my memoirs. I pushed a trolley around for a year.
Yeah.
$200 a week as a 17-year-old boy. Then I thought, bugger this, I'll go back to school. So I went back to school again and did another year 12 at
Yeah.
another school. And towards the end of exams, I was in a car accident and had my face completely squashed.
Oh,
I got a
right.
brand new nose
Really?
and
Wow.
changed my name to CJ. I was Christopher back then.
Yeah.
After the car accident, I think it was like a bit of a walk-in.
Yeah.
You don't know what I'm talking about, do you?
Yeah, I'm just
Susie
like,
J,
I
you
just...
get mesmerised. And then after the accident and
Yeah.
after I was able to walk again,
Yeah.
it only took about 5 days get out of the bed. But
me every morning.
I changed my nose and changed my name. Not changed my name, but just used CJ.
Yeah.
Well, the boys called me CJ,
Yeah.
and I thought
Why not?
I want to try and
Do comedy.
do comedy. Half of that's
Wow.
not true.
What? Oh, my
Comedy.
gosh.
I got a job at Glitter's Family Cabaret Restaurant.
Okay.
Oh, did you?
before in Warrnambool.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was hosting there. I'm thinking, I can do this.
Yeah, yeah.
So when I moved to Melbourne, I'm like, naively go, I can do that.
Yeah.
I went to the Star and Garter Hotel in South Melbourne and got a spot on a Thursday night.
Mm-hmm.
And weirdly, sort of, as a young man with too much confidence, weirdly went okay with this strange dialogue that I was. I can't remember what I said. I was saying weird things.
Yeah.
But I got through that.
So did
think
you
we
actually
always-
go in knowing what you were going to say, or did you get up there and it was just all spontaneous?
No. I did have some ideas, and they
Okay.
were really weird, strange,
Right.
naive ideas. You know,
That people were
yeah.
connecting to.
Well, I think they were just laughing, and it just no, I don't know if they connected.
Okay.
No?
No, it took me a while to sort of figure out how you do this.
What was your best gig ever? What was the gig that you went, oh my God, this was
Yeah,
good?
Well, okay, I think about 4 or 5 years in
Yeah.
of coming up with material and finding my own little sort of
Having experience.
Place in
behind
the
it.
world sort of
Yeah.
thing.
my own little
Yeah.
playtime on stage.
Yeah.
I walked on stage once without saying a word. The audience was just laughing, and I was just pointing at them and winking and using my face and using my body
Yeah.
and enjoying myself in the moment. And
Yeah.
that's when it hit me. They started laughing. I thought, I haven't even done a joke.
No.
And a little tear came out my eye.
Oh.
Yeah, because it hit me so much.
It's one of those moments in
oh
life.
my God, I'm funny.
Right.
You know? And
Yeah.
then it sort of hit me, and then I proceeded to do my routine.
Yeah.
But because I was affected by my
Yeah.
little emotional self.
Yeah. No, that's cool. It's one of those moments in life that, we all appreciate.
Well, you live and learn. And then,
What are some scarring memories?
Yeah, what's the worst gig?
That was the happiest and the most scarring.
Oh.
I think you can be scarred and it can be a blessing, But most scarring gig.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, the
Jeez.
worst, like one that you went, ugh.
Oh, there was so many.
So many.
There was so many. But I can't think of any of them.
None that
I try
stand
to
out.
remember the good stuff now.
Yeah? Yeah, why not?
Yeah. I focused on the bad stuff for a long time.
Too long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, hang on, I'm supposed to be enjoying this.
Yeah.
Who haven't you worked with that you would really love to work alongside?
That's a good question.
Yeah, no, that's it's a great question.
Yeah.
Can I
Come back to
ask
that?
you? Can we do
Come
that
back to that?
in
we
the
can
next
come back to
segment?
that.
I'm
We
gonna
can,
think about that one.
and we'll even talk about your upcoming movie, The Heckler.
Mm-hmm.
Is
Well,
this correct?
Yep.
Yes, upcoming, as in
It's out
keep
there
an
now?
eye out because we'll
Cool.
screen it at different places. It doesn't have distribution, but
Okay.
we'll screen it and maybe it will get distribution. We'll see what happens.
All right, so we'll find out more about that and also who you want to work with and more. Come back after the break.
Welcome back to the Elegant Universe on 3WBC. Susie,
I've
more
got some more
interesting
useless
facts.
Well, interesting. I keep saying
Interesting.
useless, but
Yeah.
apparently they're interesting.
No, they are. They're really cool.
Okay, so Mr. T, we all know who Mr. T is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Mr. T, all that jewellery, where
Yeah,
did it
yeah.
come from? Does anyone know where it began?
$2 shop?
No. He started wearing gold chains as a club bouncer,
Ah.
which had either been left behind from fights
Yeah.
or had been lost by customers.
So-
That's how that all began. So
so
that's
Yeah.
not even
Pity the
his
fool.
jewellery.
So they were his punch-on trophies.
Yeah.
Technically.
Well, not his. He was the bouncer.
That's what I mean. He
Right.
claimed them
Yes.
from his victims.
Victims, yes. Okay, what came first, the chicken or the egg?
That is a useless bit of info. That's not interesting.
The
That's
egg.
useless.
That's
no,
useless.
no,
There
it
you
was
go.
interesting. It was interesting.
Came first, chicken or the egg?
Egg.
Egg?
Yep.
Well, this is a big question. You can't
It
just
is?
go the chicken.
I'm
The
still
egg,
throwing
the egg,
big,
the egg,
big
the egg.
questions
You're
at you
copying my
today.
answer.
The egg and Scarlett Johansson. That's who I'd like to work with.
I'd
Chicken or
go,
egg?
I'd go the egg.
Well, according to Stephen Hawking,
Yep.
the primitive ancestors of
Yep.
the chicken laid the egg that
Yep.
the first chicken came from.
Yes.
So
Exactly.
the eggs came first.
Yep.
Can you
Yeah.
say that again? I'm a bit
A
confused.
bit confused?
Evolution.
Stephen Hawking laid an egg.
No.
And Scarlett Johansson popped out.
Chicken
Yes.
came out of it.
Yes. So you're right on track. You're not
Scarlett's
confused
who
at
I want to
all.
work with.
There you
Bloody
There you
go.
are.
Hawking. Everyone going on about bloody Hawking.
Yeah.
Hey? He's got all the answers.
Yeah.
Apparently.
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 And do you have the answer to my question? Who would you like to work with that you haven't already?
Well, I was thinking about that, and first thing that came to my mind was Scarlett Johansson.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I was thinking, oh, well, that's ridiculous, isn't it? But
Well, there's no right or wrong
No, there's
answer.
nothing wrong with that.
you
We
mean in
won't
Australia,
judge you.
or you
Well,
mean with comedians? Or you mean
Anywhere,
with
anything,
anyone?
anything.
Yeah.
Who?
Anyone.
I'd like to go, hang out seedy bar with Prince Philip.
Hey, that'd be.
Oh, Prince
I
Philip.
nearly got
Do you know
to meet
why?
Prince Philip.
Not because I'm a fan.
Yeah.
Why, Prince
Why
Philip?
Prince Philip?
Eh?
Are you excited by the new royal baby as
Is
well?
Philip the one that's married to the Queen?
Yes.
Yeah.
The Duke.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Him or his son Charlie.
Oh,
Why?
'cause they have a lot to
Why
talk
them
about,
in
do you
particular?
Well, I just think it would be interesting because they're elitists, aren't they? They're
Yes.
better than us, aren't they?
Oh, yes.
I mean, that's what it is to be royal.
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah.
Yes.
Like they are more superior than us. So if I'm
Apparently.
going to hang out
From
with
their
some people,
heritage,
if I
yeah.
had a choice, it would be great and interesting to hang out with some superior beings.
In a city bar.
Yeah, in some sort of lazy bar.
Seedy bar.
on my turf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Like you got the home ground advantage.
maybe, Mr. T will be there as well with his
Gold chain.
Yeah.
with his royal jewels.
I nearly met Philip because
Nearly?
I think-
nearly.
I think. What,
Wow,
what
that's
was
incredible.
That scenario again?
No, he came in the month I couldn't go to a particular meeting with a bunch of people.
Okay.
So you
can't even say too much,
No,
can you?
no,
You're
can't.
working for ASIO.
That's right. No, I wish. As if I get paid.
No, that's right.
Anyway,
Well,
CJ, tell us
yeah.
about your movie that is going to be. Where are you showing it? How's it getting out
look,
there?
It's the Heckler. This is what's
Yeah.
happened with the Heckler. We filmed it nearly 2 years ago, or
Yeah.
about 2 years ago. It took about another year and a bit to get it all finished and
Yeah.
edited, etc.
yeah.
With a bit of help from, because it's an independent film and money came here
Okay.
and there as we
Yeah,
went.
yeah.
You know.
Yep.
And it's turned out quite well, and we took it to the LA Comedy Festival
Yeah.
in
Cool.
was it October, November last year.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so in the LA Comedy Festival, they have 6 feature films that they'll grab from around the world.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and there was like 25 short films.
Mm.
So we were one of those 6, and we won Best Ensemble.
That's fantastic.
Surprisingly.
Wow.
So
Wow.
we went over there, me and the other main actor, Simon Mallory, and the director and the writer
Yeah.
and the DOP. I'll throw their names out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go for it.
Yeah, Ben Plaza's the director, Steve Mitchell, the writer,
Yeah.
and DOP Paul Hughes.
Yep.
Okay.
And me and Simon Mallory, we all went over, had a little place in West Hollywood. We hung
Yeah.
out there. We went on the streets, and I bought a jacket at an op shop. And,
Yeah.
but we had the screening, and we won Best Ensemble. We were over the moon. We're like, wow,
Cool.
we've got a great little film here. And
Yeah.
we took it to... we thought we'd put it in the comedy festivals.
Yeah.
So we took it to the Adelaide Festival.
Yep.
That was the Australian premiere,
Yep.
which was just earlier this year, and,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that went really well. We got 4-star reviews, and
Yeah.
we sold out. Then we took it to Melbourne, had 2
Cool.
big screenings. That was just huge and exciting, and it
Yeah,
was great
yeah.
to have all family and friends come along and have a look, especially
Yeah.
after all the years that have gone by to get it all done and,
Yeah.
and out there.
Mm.
And just recently, we just got back yesterday from Sydney. So Wednesday night we had the Sydney screening,
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
which again was just fantastic. So sold out again. And the thing is, we're doing this on our own.
Yeah.
You know, there's no distribution as yet. I think the world's changed.
Yeah.
Especially in this country, I think it's just difficult for Australian films. No one wants to take the risk, I think, because no one goes and sees Australian films,
Yeah.
or not enough people.
Yeah.
You know, I'm even myself. I'm more interested in bloody Avengers: Age of
Yes.
Ultron. You know.
Oh my
Why
God.
wouldn't
Have you
be?
seen it?
Well,
What are
I
you
saw
doing?
the first 20 minutes of it, and
Did
I
ya?
walked out
Why?
because it was too good.
What are you
Too
what's
good.
not?
Yeah, and I think I drank too much.
Yeah,
So I was like, no, now's not the time.
Yeah.
That's another story, though, PG.
Yeah, I know.
Well, let's get back to the Heckler.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to the heckler.
So I think there'll be some sort of distribution. Hopefully, we get some sort of DVD distribution and online sort of scenario,
Yeah.
or
Netflix,
Netflix
something
or
like that.
whatever else might occur. This
Yeah.
is not in my. That's not my turf.
Yeah.
I'm an actor / comedian / part-time youth worker.
Oh.
I don't know what I'm doing with.
All that sort of.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
right. You know, I can pretend. You know, people go, "Hey, when is your film coming out? What's happening?" I'm like, "Yeah."
When it comes
yeah,
out.
Yeah, I'll tell you when. But we might have some more screenings in Melbourne very soon. And
That'd be great.
yeah, because it punches above its weight.
right.
Oh.
I think is a good way to say.
Yeah.
So we can't see it unless you do a screening at this point in time.
Well, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Well,
keep
that's
an
a bit
eye out
sad.
on my Facebook. And
Okay.
actually, you can go to hecklermovie.com.
Yep.
You can go to the hecklermovie.com
Yeah.
or the comedycartel.com. This is the website of the producers of the Heckler.
And so what else are
Great.
you doing at the moment? Are you performing anywhere that anyone can come and see you?
Every
or-
Thursday night at 9:30, I play the tree or the guy that opens the door or whatever else I do. I can't even remember what I did on it, but the Kinney Show is on.
Oh,
at-
yeah,
at,
yeah.
7 Mate every Thursday night at 9:30.
Yeah,
So
cool,
I think the second series.
I'm
of
lost.
that.
What is this?
Kinney's
Kinney.
like a comedy skit show.
On 7 Mate.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
right.
Yep.
Okay.
Right, yeah,
9:30 on
episode
Thursday
2
night.
was last night, and
Is that season 2?
season 2 and episode
Yeah,
2 was
cool,
on last
cool.
night. The episode
I
1
saw
was on the week
season
before.
1.
Yeah.
Because I got Foxtel.
Season 2 PG, even better, mate.
Yeah.
Even better.
Yeah.
Even better. Oh yeah. It was heaps of fun to do.
Yeah. Would have been.
So yeah, that's always good, and
That'd
so
be great.
that's something that's happening at the moment.
Yeah.
And gigs. I've got some gigs. Well, I've got footy club gigs coming up. I'm doing
Okay.
some footy clubs. I can't
Yep.
remember. I think I'm doing. I can't remember what it's called. The Bay City or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll have to look at my diary. Yeah.
And
Okay.
so I was looking through, some of your portfolio and what have
Oh,
you.
yeah. Yeah.
What's
Stalking me.
what's stalking you? Yes. What was the whole thing with all your Hamish and Andy stuff? Were you writing for them or
2004, Hamish and Andy started on Channel 7. And
Yes.
it was,
Yeah.
with Wednesday nights it was live. I was part of the ensemble.
Oh.
Okay.
So I
right.
wrote for that, but I was also part of the ensemble.
How cool
Yep.
is that?
Lots of sketches, and I was
Yeah.
very lucky to get that. I was working at a bottle shop
Were you?
and in Richmond, and this dude rings me who I knew from stand-up from like 10 years before,
Yeah.
who's happens to be writing on
Yeah, yeah.
Hamish and Andy. And it's just like knowing a writer is good, because they were looking for one more person, and
Yeah.
they just mentioned me, and they went in for an audition, and
That's
You got it.
fantastic.
yeah, I went out there and panicked in front of everyone, and
Yeah,
they
yeah.
thought, wow, we love that. So I got that opportunity. That was 6 episodes were done,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then Channel 7 pulled it.
Oh.
And then Channel 10 and Raven, all the boys, picked up Hamish and Andy, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
no one took me with them.
Oh.
Not bitter.
It's
not,
okay.
Not sad.
I was, I was a pirate,
Yeah.
You
crying
were.
out loud, so I've had my fun.
And you were also part of a show that just won a Logo, Utopia, which is
Utopia,
a brilliant
what a great show
That's
that
a really
is.
good
Brilliant. Now
show.
that's good Aussie comedy.
Absolutely, and Rob Sitch and all those Working Dog people are just
Such-
so
yeah.
good to work with. I think they have their own little style of how,
Yeah.
how they work, and it's just very friendly and very positive. I got a one line in Any Questions for Ben,
Yep.
right? So I did that, and that was my first meeting.
You were
with these
doorman?
guys.
Doorman?
Hey?
Were you doorman?
No, I was a barman.
Barman.
A
Okay.
manager
Right.
of the bar, which I
Yes.
didn't have a line in that scene, but I had another line in a scene in a what was it? It was a party for a baptism
Yep.
Oh.
party, big rich
Yeah,
party.
yeah.
And so
Yeah.
I bought a car for the little kid. Not a real car, it was
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
toy
The
car.
yeah.
So we all a bit of a.
So what's your like? Do you have a favorite medium? Is it movies? Is it TV? Is it comedy?
Is it radio?
Is it cabaret? You've
I
done
like
your own
drawing.
cabaret.
I like to get out my pastels. I like to be in a film about a guy
That draws.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I also enjoy fishing. So
Well, you could
if I was in a
write
film
it.
where it was about a guy that went fishing,
And then drew in his spare
and
time.
then when he caught the fish, he
He'd
could draw
paint a
draw
portrait
it.
of
Get
it.
it posed.
Well,
Like one of the French girls.
rainbow trout or something. There's
So
a
it
lot
could
of
be on the
colours in it.
couch with.
I don't know what I prefer. Maybe every day is different, because I prefer radio right now.
Yeah.
Right as we speak.
Is it
I'm
because
really-
you're on it?
Yeah, I think it might have something to do with
Yeah.
that.
Oh,
PJ.
it's just us. It's
Yeah,
just
it's
us,
just
you
a,
know.
it's a
we're-
good question. Look, I've always wanted to be an actor, and I think at the end of the day,
Yeah.
I am. That's my main thing.
Cool.
But I sort of put everything else in the same category as that. So maybe it's a performer
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
cool.
and vacuuming.
That's cool. We're going to a break, and when we come back,
Vacuuming.
CJ is going to answer this question. What is your all-time favourite conspiracy theory?
God,
We're
how
going to a
awkward.
break. When we come back, more from the Elegant Universe.
Welcome back. You're listening to the dulcet tones of the Elegant Universe with Haley, Frankie, Susie, Peter, and our special guest, C J Fortuna.
Okay, so CJ, before the break, we asked you
That's correct.
for your favorite conspiracy
You
theory.
did. Favourite is a funny word for it, though, but there's a lot of them out there, aren't there?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
You know, like you've got the Paul McCartney.
Yep.
What's the Paul McCartney one?
Oh, he's a phony. He died in 1966
Yeah.
or something like that, and then they replaced him with another dude that looked like him and was even more talented.
How do you know
Wow.
Well, that's just one.
How do you
That's just
know
one.
this?
It's not my favourite, by the way. By the way, conspiracy theories, I've got to
Yeah.
say. It
Yeah.
doesn't mean you go, hey,
this? Yeah.
this is what I reckon. It means, hey, check this out.
Yes.
This is interesting.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm never going to believe Paul McCartney again.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? He is, he deserves to be Paul McCartney because he's done so well at being him. So good on
Yeah.
him, you know.
Yeah.
Also, obviously, the aliens. You know,
Oh, yeah. The new
you know,
Roswell photos.
aliens, reptilians.
Yeah.
You know, that's all. I'd hate it if you know, if they knocked on our door,
Yeah.
and just said, "Hey, take us to your leader." It's
Yeah.
like, oh no, I've got to go to Canberra,
Yeah.
Or you just take them to the cat.
and then you like
Yeah.
introduce them to Tony. You're like,
Yeah. Oh,
Tony,
no.
aliens. This is-
No.
No.
No. No.
I think you should just take them here,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
we'll be like, "Hey, cool alien dudes."
You just get an inanimate object, like the
Yeah.
fridge. You go, that's our leader.
Oh, we can't assume that these cool alien dudes are cool alien dudes. Maybe
Yeah.
they're not cool, and maybe they're not dudes. They might be hermaphrodites. And
Yeah, that'd be
and
crazy.
very aggressive. Who knows? The sky's the limit.
Nose in
Sexually aggressive.
But I think my
That
favourite at the moment, my favourite would be, this
Yeah.
is the most craziest one.
Yeah.
It changes everything.
Go
and It's a fun one to look at, is
Yeah.
the flat Earth.
Yes. Oh, yes. That's
We've
a
only had
great
the
one.
globe for 500 years. You know
Yeah.
that, don't
Yeah.
you?
Yeah. That's a great
So
one.
it's a really good one to have a look at because people out there with the Flat Earth Society, etc., they are serious.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah, they're full on. They're full on.
And so one thing they do say, this is what got me going, oh, gee, look, check this out,
Yeah.
was the UN flag
Yeah.
is the Flat Earth
Oh, yeah.
map.
Yeah.
There's no Antarctica.
Yeah. There you
Well,
go.
speaking of
Conspiracy theory.
conspiracies,
Yes.
we have Frankie Hamster in the studio.
Hi, Hayley. Hi, Peter. Hi, CJ. How are
Frankie,
you?
how are you, mate?
It's great. Yeah, I'm good.
You're
It's
my
good.
connection, mate.
You are, yeah,
Yeah.
and you're mine. And it's great to be here, back in the basement car park again of Area 51, which
Oh,
is
yeah.
bloody
Of
cold
course.
today.
It is.
Need some heating down here, but anyway, they keep us, under a tight leash. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk about the Large Hadron Collider.
Okay.
Everyone knows that, right?
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
it was switched off a couple of years ago because, I don't know, blew a seal, something like that. Just been switched on again in March.
Yes.
Now, there is a conspiracy forming
Oh, no.
that says that the Large Hadron Collider, now that it's been switched back on again, will open the doors to hell.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Now, which I find interesting,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
conspiracy theorists believe in a place that doesn't exist.
Yeah,
but I
that's
digress.
curious.
Okay. Now, the Large Hadron Collider, which is run by CERN, everyone knows that. Okay. It's also called the Circle of Light.
Yeah.
So people believe light, Lucifer light, right? So the Dark One
yeah.
himself, Lucifer, may even step through and bring catastrophe to the world. Now, that's
Wow.
according to YouTuber Freedom Fighter 2127.
Of course.
Okay, look him
Yeah,
up. He's
lovely
on
bloke.
YouTube,
Yeah.
Freedom
Yeah,
Fighter
yeah.
2127. Okay?
Okay, all right.
Now, the reason for this unusual visit of the Lord of the Lies,
Yeah.
well, CERN officially marked this year as the Year of Light and inadvertently fanned the bonfire of internet conspiracy because light equals Lucifer, you see, right?
Okay.
Now, so is CERN the most dangerous thing in the cosmos that could lead to the ultimate destruction of Earth and the entire universe?
I don't know, is it?
No, it's not.
It's
No,
not?
it's not. It's not. Now, apart from what Freedom Fighter 2127 says, and I quote, they have officially marked this year as the Year of Light, which means the Year of Lucifer. So we need to understand how demonic this year is going to be, unquote. Okay, this has been shot down by none other than Professor Stephen Hawking.
Oh,
Okay.
there you go. He's
Yeah.
back
Yeah.
again.
Well, he knows everything.
Absolutely. I mean, he's basically said, look, conspiracies come out of lack of knowledge.
Yes.
And there's no way that science would conspire to open up the gates of a place that doesn't exist. Simple as that. Why would you open up the gates that doesn't exist when, in actual fact, the Large Hadron Collider is a stargate?
Yeah.
Yes.
There you
It's not
go.
going to open up the gates of hell, but it'll open up the gates to an alternative universe, one where
Oh,
Justin
no.
Bieber is popular amongst middle-aged males. Yes,
Oh,
yes.
no.
And who's that dude that left One Direction?
Zayn.
Okay, he's still in the band in that alternate universe.
Oh,
So that,
no.
that gateway really, really needs to be open. I mean, are we all with me here?
I have different feelings about this.
Yeah.
I knew you might.
I have different feelings. I think the gates of hell were opened a long time ago, and I think that Satan reigns supreme,
Mm.
and that's his ring. It's the Lord of the Rings, mate. That's his ring, the light ring. That's that collider. That's his little toy for him to go and open up other wormholes and gate holes, and so the demons can come in and.
This is
Buy
ridiculous.
Foxtel.
Well, here's the thing. I've found other things that might suggest that CERN is involved with opening the gate of hell. Is it just a coincidence that CERN, CERN, is short for the horned god Cernunnos? Right?
Yes.
Does anyone know who Cernunnos is?
No.
He's a horned demon, okay?
But I think it probably
God
is
harnessing experiments.
just-
Cernunnos was the god of the
interesting word
underworld.
you used there,
right?
Frankie, is coincidence.
Just
Yeah,
a
absolutely.
coincidence. Mm.
No,
Okay.
because- yeah.
Now, I mean, there's people that are saying that the authorities at CERN have done their ritualistic experiments in the underworld and has used this unlimited power to turn against the Earth. This power has shown that it is causing an increase in earthquake activity.
Okay.
Hence what happened in Nepal and Papua New Guinea yesterday, and some even claim that it may be the reason for increased UFO activity as well. So all the aliens are coming out to check out, what are they doing under Switzerland? Building watches? No! We're trying to open up a Stargate. That's what it is.
Wow.
Now, as far back as the 1970s, UFO expert Peter Rogerson observed that UFOs are an essential part of a growing fear of our impending global doom. Thus, the UFO is an integral symbol of the growing irrationality with this associated apocalyptophilia of the mid-20th century, and the two great monoliths of established religion and scientific positivism are crumbling. The vacuum is being filled by the horrors from pages of Tudor history.
Yeah.
You have it right from me, Frank Hamster.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you
Wow.
want to argue against my theory about the Hadron Collider, go to the Elegant Universe Radio Show Facebook page, put your alternative theories up there,
Yep.
or go to Twitter at Universe Elegant, tweet to me, and I will tweet back to you.
Wow. Well,
There you have it.
speaking of the potential end of the world, today, this very day, this Friday, right here,
Yeah.
a Russian spacecraft, Progress 59, is falling back to Earth.
Oh,
no.
yes, the Soyuz spacecraft that they send up to the International Space Station with
Exactly.
food, fuel, and a change of underwear.
And it didn't quite get there. They launched it earlier this year, and just after the boosters separated from it, they lost communication, and so it has since been orbiting Earth completely uncontrolled.
Oh.
But it has now gotten so close that it is expected today to re-enter our atmosphere. They're not sure when, they're not sure where.
Oh.
Really?
So they
Indeed.
can't
Way more
actually do any forward mathematical calculations to give a rough estimate of where this wonderful spacecraft that's
I
full of
don't
food and
know.
fuel.
I've got a
I
conspiracy
think-
for you. I don't
okay.
I think none of it's true. I think they've just told us that, and it's not going to even happen. It's
Oh,
a big-
wow.
Wow.
So maybe it's a conspiracy from Russia
Yeah.
that they can then launch a nuclear attack on the Ukraine and say, hey, it was just progress that fell on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah,
Good idea.
We
Good
know.
idea.
There you
Bad
go, ladies
idea.
and gentlemen.
Bad
We're
idea.
building-
Bad idea,
We're
but I
building
mean, yeah.
conspiracies live in the studio
Yeah.
right now. I'm expecting a knock on the door from ASIO any second.
Yeah, and the interesting thing about this spacecraft returning to Earth is
Yeah.
that we have stuff from space all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this spacecraft has been partially built to be able to withstand the atmosphere. So it's not going to completely burn up like most space junk that falls to Earth. So it's expected that wherever it lands, there's going to be between 2,500 and 3,500 pounds of stuff.
Yeah.
Well, that's amazing.
This is
because,
dangerous.
I mean, if there's one place on Earth that needs a really instant supply of food, medical supplies, and fuel, it's Kathmandu. So maybe, like, if it lands in Kathmandu, which is already partially wrecked, it won't do any
Yeah.
damage, but it might provide the aid that they so sorely need that doesn't seem to be getting there.
Yeah.
Or go to
we
the
can
Russian
only
space
hope.
program.
Or
Sounds like God's work.
It does. It does.
or
but-
some redneck's about to get a really nice extension on his trailer.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
If he finds it, guess what's happening?
Hey,
Or
Hey, Bob? You see that tearing down at the sky over there? What the hell is that? It looks like a pickup truck on fire.
Yeah, that'd be great.
And it can
you know?
withstand fire. So, you know, when they
Yeah.
smoke, when they
If it
fall
landed
asleep,
in
they'll be
a-
fine.
If it landed in a city,
Yeah.
that would be quite bad, wouldn't it?
Well,
It would
Well,
be
you
bad
think
for the
so.
people that live there, but it would be spectacular for the news services and the ratings.
Yeah.
also, it should, even though it's a large amount, it should be broken up into small pieces. So it shouldn't actually be
Well, you'd hope so.
knocking down. I'm kind of hoping that it's going to fall in between any students on trams, their concession cards, and the ticket inspectors.
Oh,
Yes.
that would be superb, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we could have Siobhan Henu there reporting live for ABC News 24 as it falls on Yarra-Tram's ticket inspectors. That would be
Yes.
just incredible.
But speaking of the future, CJ,
Mm,
what's
yeah,
in
the
store
future.
for your future if we don't get wiped out by a
Gee,
spaceship?
well, I mean, I wish I had a time machine so I could go there
Okay,
and
yeah.
then come back, and then
tell
I'll be
us.
able to really answer.
Well,
but-
if you lie, we won't know.
The future. Yeah, the future. Well, I'm a lone wolf at the moment, so I'm hoping to fall in love, meet someone, get married, have a few kids.
I'm not laughing.
No,
No.
you're not. Yeah.
No.
So hoping to do that, and then buy a house.
Yeah.
Become an alcoholic.
Yeah, why not?
That sounds like to some people that's living the dream. For me, that's
It's a dream,
living
yeah.
a nightmare.
Get a divorce, move to Townsville, open up a milk bar. So,
You have your whole life planned out.
who knows what's going to happen? I'm really keen to. I've got lots of things to do. My stand up
Mm-hmm.
and some acting.
Yep.
Yes.
Got to
Cool.
get my show real organised.
Have you got any
Oh,
live
yes.
gigs coming up, CJ?
Oh, I'm
What
on
have
at
you
the
got coming
I'm on at the Comics Lounge at the start of June.
up? For like a run.
Yeah,
week?
for a run.
Oh, that'd
yeah,
be
yeah.
excellent.
So, it's
excellent.
one of my favourite rooms, the Comics Lounge there in North Melbourne. So
Yep.
I love
Fantastic.
that.
Put in a
love
good
that
word
room.
for me.
Yeah.
I will, yeah. I'm doing a few footy clubs. I wish I could remember what they are right now, but I can't. But that's bad, isn't it? But I've been focused on the heckler lately. So
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I've got to get myself some gigs, and
Yep.
perhaps I'll ring you guys one day and give you a list of where I'm at. Hopefully
Yeah.
there'll be a list.
How much better than
And
list.
you are
we
than
would
us?
be more than happy to spruik that on the air
Yeah.
when we
Yeah.
talk
For
about
sure.
Frank's World of Comedy.
Or you can just tell us where your milk bar is when you open it, and we'll come
yeah.
and buy some coffee.
Yeah, 50 cents worth of mixed,
Yeah.
Not
please.
a bad idea. I'll do my own TV show called CJ's Milk Bar.
Yeah,
Yes.
There you go.
Perfect.
Okay, that's it. We're going to a break. If you've got any comments, questions, queries, or suggestions, go to the Elegant Universe Radio Show page on Facebook and tell us what you think. We'll be back after this.
Good evening, good morning. Welcome back to the Elegant Universe, wherever you happen to be in this great, big, wide, wonderful world of ours. We'd like to thank you for joining us for just a moment of your time. We're nearly at the end. You have survived almost all the way through another edition
Yep.
of the Elegant Universe. Before we go, however, we have some more amazing facts.
Interesting or useless? You decide. Okay. You know that brilliant movie called A Fish Called Wanda?
Yeah.
With John
Okay.
Cleese and
Yes.
yep.
Apparently, it's the only recorded death by laughter.
Yeah, useless.
Yes.
I'm going useless on that one.
Useless, yes.
Yeah.
The Pringles man. Who likes Pringles?
I've
They're
Oh,
right.
Peter,
yeah, they're great.
Peter
pop a
eats lots
Pringle?
of Pringles. Yeah.
Once you pop, you can't stop.
That's
yeah.
the one. You
Yeah.
know the picture of the man on the front of the Pringles?
Yeah.
I think he's got a black mustache
Yeah.
or black hair. What's his name?
Pizza Joe.
No idea.
Do you want me to tell you?
Go
hang
on.
Wait a minute. Is it Mr. Pringle?
That might be his last name. What's his first name?
No idea.
Useless or interesting, Julius.
Julius Pringle.
Julius.
There you go.
See, is
All
it
right,
just me, or does he look like the Monopoly Man?
Yeah.
I'm voting kind of interesting on
Kinda
that one, but
interesting.
mostly
Yeah,
useless.
Yeah.
Julius.
It could be a pickup line maybe for a guy for a girl. Do you know the name of the Pringles guy?
And she'll
Yeah.
be like,
She'll be like,
get out of here. Go
Why
now.
the yay or nay?
Leave.
The Statue of Liberty is not depicted as standing still, but rather breaking shackles of oppression and stepping forward.
Ah.
Did you know that? I've
No, I
even
didn't
seen
know
her
that.
up close and I never
knew-
realised that.
No, I knew that it was from France, but I didn't know it actually depicted anything
There you go.
other than a giant woman.
Useless or interesting?
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Allergies to the Brazil nut can be passed on sexually.
Oh, rubbish.
What?
Right along.
Apparently.
Venereal nut disease.
Oh my
You
god.
got a venereal disease of your nuts.
Yeah, no.
No, your
no.
Brazilian nuts.
No.
Where does this come from?
That's ridiculous.
but interesting.
Yeah, that
Interesting,
is.
there we go. Hey.
Is that true?
Well,
Well,
I
apparently
don't
it is.
know, but it's interesting.
You're going to have to ask everyone that you meet now, like, are you allergic to Brazil nuts? Yes.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm never going to talk to you again.
or at least, okay,
Yeah.
actually, I was
Hey,
going
how
to
does
say
that
something
work?
I
let's
shouldn't
let's
say
not
on
go
this
that
show.
direction.
In religion, what do you know New Year's Day as a celebration of?
The old year dying and a new one starting.
In religion.
Oh, in religion.
In
None.
religion.
Is it the death of Buddha?
No, it's the day.
birth. Oh, yeah, go on.
No, sorry, I cut
Yeah.
you off.
No, so go.
There was gold there. I could see it. The circumcision of Jesus. The day he was circumcised.
Okay,
I didn't need to
interesting,
know
but
that.
completely useless.
Useless. There
New
we
Year's
go.
Day
What?
is now ruined.
Okay,
Why don't they
now,
just call it International Circumcision Day?
That's
Exactly.
no.
It's even
New
worse.
Year Day because he no longer has that little
No.
bit of, okay.
I'm not
What
even
surprised me
associating that.
was, because obviously they did it when he was quite young, they didn't even know how much he was going to get, and they're cutting bits off already. What? Never mind. Carry
Okay,
on.
this one I don't know because
Yeah.
there's children born every minute of every moment.
Yeah.
Estimated that there is one landmine for every 17 children on Earth.
Wow. It's a lot of
Wow.
landmines.
That's a bit
That
scary.
actually could be quite useful
Yeah.
if you're walking through the jungle
Yeah.
Yes.
in one of those
And
places.
there's-
No, wouldn't
No,
you just get the
17
fear
of
in
you.
you?
No, what you do is you take a busload of school kids, make sure there's at least 17 of them,
17.5.
and send them into the woods first.
So you could just walk through.
Don't look at me like that, Hayley. It's science.
We're almost at the end. This is the second last one.
Right.
Oxford University is older than the Aztec Empire.
No way.
That's
No?
cool.
No way.
Oxford University. Say that again.
Oxford University
Right.
is older
Than
than
the-
the Aztec Empire.
Well, how old is the Aztec Empire?
Like
It's younger
Thousands.
than the Oxford University.
No kidding.
Yes,
Way
that's
out.
logic.
Way out. No, hang on. The Aztec Empire's thousands of years old.
Yeah.
And Oxford University is
University's
older
only
than that.
only 800 years old.
No, it's not. I'm telling you now.
Oh, we've been told.
She's telling you.
Because
Okay.
I don't know the actual dates. Okay, this is the last
one.
useless
Interesting
or
fact.
interesting.
Okay.
India has a mascot named Mr. Poo, a talking and dancing
Rubbish.
pile of poo that discourages people from defecating in public.
What?
Oh,
Yeah.
but is it
But
useless
is it
or
interesting?
That's what we're saying.
That's interesting.
Yeah, okay.
And that is the end of my useless or interesting.
Wow.
And that is the end of another edition of the Elegant Universe. We'd like to thank our very special guest, C J Fortuna, for coming on the show.
Thank you. It's been
What
it's
a
been awesome.
guy. What a guy. CJ, any gigs coming up we need to know about?
Okay, what can I tell you? I wanting to get out. People get on the hecklermovie.com.
Yes.
Oh, for
Yep.
sure.
Get on
yeah.
there and all the news for the heckler and when that's screening and what's happening
Cool.
with that will be there.
Cool.
You can also get on my Facebook, CJ Fortuna, and
Yep.
be my friend if you like. And
Well, look, we'll
be
carry the link
updated
through.
there.
Yep.
Yeah. Cool.
I've got some gigs coming up in the early June, this first week of June at
Yep.
the Comics Lounge in North Melbourne.
Cool.
And a couple of footy
Can I
clubs.
just say I'll be there because my friend bought me a pass for 2 for the next year for free comedy at the comedy club. So I'll be there.
Great. Well, don't heckle me.
But isn't that the name of your... Anyway, never mind. Yeah.
You guys are great.
Frankie.
Thank you.
I'm going to come back one day, can I?
Oh,
Next time
more
when I've got
course.
another film to
Yeah.
pitch.
Well, you don't. You know what, CJ? You don't need another film to pitch. We'd love to have you back, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
I'd love to be back.
Round of applause for CJ Fortuna.
Thank you. Next time I'll talk about the flat Earth.
Yeah. Yeah, you do that. Yeah. On another radio. No, we love that sort of stuff. It's all about conspiracy theories. And the Hollow Earth is one of my favourite
Oh, that's a good
conspiracies.
one.
Yeah, love that. Frankie, gigs.
Yes, gigs.
What you got?
Okay, look, there's some gigs I've got coming up. I'm actually doing a really big gig at the Shamrock Hotel in Bendigo, 28th of May. I'm headlining up there.
Oh.
I've got a few gigs coming around town.
You're
I want people-
headlining now.
Yeah, I'm headlining now. That's sort
Yeah.
of the way it goes. I'm
Yeah.
asking for the big dollars, you know. $20 in a drink card, that's what it is. But I want people to get out and around Melbourne if they can during
Yep.
the week. I want them to go to the Exford. I want them to go to the Spleen Bar. But if anyone's out in town tonight, there is a superb gig happening at the Butterfly Club. Sean Bedlam is doing his Melbourne International Comedy Festival show one half of the Two Bearded Ladies tonight at the
That's
Butterfly
right.
Club,
Excellent.
8:30. Get down there. It's a smashing show. He's a great guy, great comedian, activist, and he's going to stick it right up the Murdoch press.
And we've had him on the Elegant Universe. Haley, how's your movie going?
Oh, it's going well. It means I'm not getting much sleep, but it's nearly finished auditions. We're about 2 weeks away from starting to film.
Cool.
We're
Excellent.
Cool.
looking for red rubbish bins.
Audition.
Red rubbish bins.
I can
Yeah.
come and audition my finger puppets.
I could audition as a red rubbish bin. Oh, wait, no. I play a green with a yellow. No.
Yeah,
that's
nah,
Yeah,
enough of those.
different,
It's getting
different
late.
language.
It's Friday.
Susie. We always love to hear from Susie. What's Susie doing? How's your filming going?
It's all good. Just finished
Yeah.
another short film this week. It was brilliant.
Oh, la-di-da-da.
Look out for the
All
picnic.
this- you're
That's
in-
cool. The picnic.
The picnic.
There
More
you go.
movies than CJ, except for the heckler.
Can I actually?
Yeah.
I've just thought I've got a little web series that I did. I forgot all about that.
Oh,
Okay.
that's- yeah, tell us more.
Comedians in bars drinking beer.
I've seen that. Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
interviewed. You have check it out on YouTube or just
Yeah.
wherever you can. Comedians in bars drinking
Comedians in
There you
bars
go.
drinking beers. That's a reality show then?
beer. So interview show where you get pissed and talk. Yeah,
Okay,
but,
cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a superior Australian version of another
Yes.
similar
Yep.
show done in the
Driving
United
in
States.
cars.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, but it's very Australian. Australian
Yep.
comedians drinking
Cool.
their favourite drinks in their favourite establishments, being interviewed by CJ Fortuna
Cool.
about their
Cool.
comedic lives, and
It
it's
could be.
goddamn hilarious, and for comedians, insightful.
Could be a TV series in that itself.
Well, I forgot about it. So you know.
Hey, look, I often forget to tell people I'm on radio.
But you
Yeah.
forget a lot of things, Shane.
Yeah, true. That is true. And I often forget numbers because, listener, on behalf of myself, the crew, Haley, Susie, Frankie, our special guest CJ, and I'm not going to forget you, Peter.
Of course
I'll
you
ask
won't.
you and
Yep.
all your friends to do 3 very important things for us.
Count them, Haley.
I am.
Be kind to small animals, pretend that you're normal, fake it till you make it, and dream great dreams.
4 again.
Catch.
That wraps up another life-changing edition of The Elegant Universe.
Thanks for being part of the action. We love you.
Wherever you go in this great, big, wide, wonderful world of ours, don't forget to tune in next time.
Catch.